So good morning and welcome to Breaking Dawn. It is Monday morning, the start of another week here. And, we got a lot to talk about this morning. We have Nights in the second hour, of course. But we want to get through as much as we can in this first hour and at least the first 25 minutes in the second hour. All right, so we're going to get things started as we say good morning to all of the regional viewers, everybody watching us internationally, and those of you on social media, YouTube. Morning to the YouTube family and the Facebook family as well. Everybody watching on Tego, good morning. So here we go. Pressure for ex-CPEP workers. That's on page 5. And kidnapper shot dead in violent Maraval confrontation as cops rescue Cal pilot. Of course, we had a pilot from Caribbean Airlines that went missing over the weekend. And, the Commissioner of Police spoke to the media, and we have what he said. We'll share that with you in a little bit. I'm just going to breeze through some of the headlines in the paper this morning. So the silence of the usually quiet mountainside community of Cedar Hill Private Road off 3rd Street in Maraval was shattered by gunshots on September the 7th as police executed a daring daylight rescue mission for kidnapped victim Daniel Kawal. Kawal, a 59-year-old Cal pilot from Palm Road in Valsayn, was last seen at around 5 p.m. on September 3rd, speaking with relatives, and subsequent calls to his phone went straight to voicemail, and his Toyota Hilux was seen later that day near Hololo Road in Cascade. Sources say a ransom was later demanded for his safe return, and his Hilux was found in Russelac, destroyed by fire. Police confirmed to Newsday his van was found, but denied any ransom demand had been made. And acting on intelligence received at around 11 a.m., a team of officers, including members of the Port of Spain Task Force, the Special Investigations Unit, Western Division Task Force, and Anti-Kidnapping Unit descended on Maraval. And during the operation, spearheaded by Superintendent Parryman and ASP Singh, police went to the 2-story multi-apartment building on Cedar Ridge Private Road, Maraval. And as officers entered one of the apartments, they exchanged gunfire with one of Kawal's kidnappers, who was shot and later died at hospital. As a matter of fact, well, as we have the clip there, we might as well play. This is what the Commissioner of Police had to say to the media yesterday. Run that for me now.
Good day, members of the media. Today, the police would have carried out a successful and precision rescue of the kidnapped victim, Mr. Daniel Kawal, in the building located in the background at around 11 a.m. this morning. The team of officers would have included members of the Port of Spain Task Force, the Special Investigations Unit, Western Division Task Force, Special Investigations Unit, as I said, Anti-Kidnapping Unit, in an operation spearheaded by Superintendent Parryman and Assistant Superintendent Singh. Mr. Kawal is currently seeking medical attention, and he is safe and will be reunited with his family soon. Unfortunately, one of his hostage takers / guards would have engaged my officers this morning, and in an exchange of fire, he was wounded and taken to hospital where he was pronounced dead. I hope that this would serve as a warning to other persons who wish to engage in that sort of illegality. The time has come to change. The tide is now. Please turn away from crime and look towards profitable, legal means of making a living. This end is not for you. Okay? At this point in time, the police are carrying out an operation. We are also in the process of looking for 2 further suspects. So we are asking the media if they can give us some space while we carry out our operation.
Commissioner, tell us what sort of intelligence would have led to your realizing that Mr. Kawal was being kept in this room?
Ma'am, if I was to give you that, I would place persons' lives at jeopardy. Next question.
His condition?
He is good. All right? He has no physical injuries, but he is being medically examined as per our protocol.
So we understand a ransom demand is made for him?
I can't say that at this point in time.
Any idea as to why he might have been targeted?
That is some sensitive information that if I release it to the public, we'll have other problems to deal with after.
Were 2 people held between Saturday night and Sunday
Yes,
morning?
we have 3 suspects in custody.
Concerns were raised by the residents in Cascade regarding the police response when there was some scuffle between the
There's a lot of misinformation being bandied about by social media and by persons who utilize social media as a media house. And that is all I will say for that.
And with respect to the missing businessman
Starling.
clubs
Starling.
from Central,
Okay.
any update on that?
No, ma'am, at this point in time, again, investigations, sensitive stage.
All right, so that's the Commissioner of Police there. And speaking to reporters, very straightforward in his answers. Short, sweet, precise, and to the point. No set a bush. In the meantime, while the Kyle pilot has been rescued, the search is still on for a missing Kidnap businessman, and family and friends of missing businessman Imraz Clubs Ali, meanwhile, continue to hope for similar success to the investigation into his disappearance. Ali, age 60 of Kidnap, was last seen on September the 4th and disappeared after doing a business transaction that day. Speaking with the media at the scene of Kowal's rescue, Guevara said he had no update for the media on Ali's disappearance, which you just heard. He said it's at a sensitive stage, that investigation. So we'll see what goes on, but that's a stern warning there by the Commissioner of Police to those who, pursue a career in criminal activity. Is that you know what I life, trust me, and he said, one of the things I slightly disagree with him. He said, unfortunately, one of the suspects died. And I must say plain and simple, if you kidnapping people for ransom, then you up to no good. And if when police reach you, fire the police, and the police fire back, and you're dead, well, that is on you. I don't see anything unfortunate about that. Anyway, back to school pressure for ex-CPEP workers. Former community-based environmental protection and enhancement program workers are struggling to survive, much less send their children to school on September the 8th after being fired from their jobs by the government in June. On June 27, all CPEP contractors were handed termination letters, leaving an estimated 360 contractors and more than 10,500 workers unemployed. Natasha John of Mova said she was pregnant with a third child at the time of her termination, and she was due in September. But when he went to the maternity clinic at Port of Spain General Hospital for her usual checkup in July, she was warded. And, well, oh God, the article goes on, right? So that's the long and short of it. You have the contractors there, those contractors that were promised $1.4 billion in contracts without any cabinet approval, and CPEP being under an audit, those contractors, right, well, of course, they have people that are employed with them. Now, the government went after the contractors. But when you go after the contractors, of course, the contractors and those that the contractors employ will be affected. All right? Now, I know that they talk about the 20,000 vacancies in the public sector that needs to be filled, but I do not know how many of these 10,500 workers would have applied for some of those spaces in the public service, or I don't know how many of them might even qualify. All right? But the saga continues with CPEP. We're going to talk about this in just a little bit as a psychologist weighs the pros and cons of cops in school. A clinical psychologist believes there are pros and cons to the government's decision to introduce police officers in schools as a measure to reduce student violence and indiscipline. And of course, what we're going to talk about is Tutor and the NPTA saying that they disagree with the armed police in the school. Right? That they wait till boy, school opens today, by the way. And that was in the papers over the weekend. So, I don't know. You knew this was coming. Right? Was there not some sort of consultation or discussion that took place between Tutor and the government? Or the NPTA and the government? Was there not some sort of collaborative effort inside of there with this initiative that is going to be taken at the start of the new school term, that we didn't have to wait for this weekend to hear that Tutor and the NPTA disagree with police officers and carrying firearms in the school? Well, then we should ask the police to walk with baton alone in the road. I don't understand all that. And then there's this argument, well, there is no evidence of, all I can remember, men running a school. You could remember that, director? There was, I think it's right in Belmont here. Men running the school, security couldn't do nothing. So let me just put that in the worst scenario, worst case scenario. If men got running a school, and it didn't happen just in Belmont alone, there were a couple schools over the last year where I remember reports of that. Yeah. So let me look at the worst case scenario. Somebody running a school with a gun because they come for some student. Right? We have to look at it on both sides, right? They come for a student. Because it has happened before. Now, it mightn't happen every day. It mightn't happen every week. But the fact that it has happened already means it could happen again. Right? But I'm saying, I'm going to read what Chuta had to say, but it's like all they want a solution to this problem of school violence and indiscipline, but all they don't want to go to the extreme measures. Sometimes you have to take extreme measures, and then eventually, you could boil down. But you have to start sometimes at the most extreme measure. We know that we have a serious situation with school violence and indiscipline. Right? We know teachers on their back foot. Yeah? Some of them in fear. I remember there was a class where a teacher teaching a class and men playing card in the corner, in front of the teacher. That is one of the ultimate forms of disrespect. We couldn't do that in our day. You know why? They would have take us straight to the dean, and you'd have get 3 or 4. And when you go home and you look back, when you're bathing, it's only waves. You think where I'm coming from? We having this conversation as if the police officers aren't trained. I mean, I don't know what they want. I don't know. And I understand there is probably a good argument against it, but I'm saying this is not a permanent measure. But sometimes you have to enforce. And then you have the security guards. Is who there's higher MTS? Right, you have these MTS guards. They're not armed. What have they been able to do? Did children respect them? When they're fighting and they're brawling, where do they fight and brawl? Sometime in the classroom and sometime you see a number of videos out in the road. So when they're fighting out in the road, students, and police pull up, and the police armed, what is the difference? Or they can tell me in the back? If students end up in a brawl in the road, and the police pull up, aren't the police armed? So, I'm trying to understand where's the big, I don't know. Last minute back to school, shoppers face high prices in Port of Spain. TT joins in regional marine litter project. Sober says Trinidad and Tobago maintains diplomatic ties with Venezuela. WASA completes Sutton Street sewer line repair. Secretary General says second CARICOM Africa Summit, a homecoming. Trump denies plans for regime change in Venezuela. Well, that one I don't believe. I think the play is for regime change. I think that is what they're trying to achieve, is a change in the regime in Venezuela, but they cannot go in and invade just like that, right? Because they cannot, listen, I could go through the whole scenario. If you all connect the dots properly, you will understand what's going on down there. All right? You will understand. But I know I just had to connect the dots for a lot of people, because they don't pay attention. So maybe we'll connect those dots. But regime change is definitely something that they're looking at. And that is why you have to go back and look at the series of things that have been said and have been done leading up to the U.S. presence in the Southern Caribbean. And then you have to understand that when you draw a line from one dot to the next, you could see the picture clearly, right? It's like the little connect the dots in the Sunday papers that you get, right? And there are certain laws and certain things that the U.S. cannot, breach. So they're using, from how I read in the play, they're using a particular strategy in order to create somewhat of a civil unrest in Venezuela, right? And if you go back and you look at the agreement that Fitzgerald Hines and Rowley sign off on, right? If you go and read what that agreement is, you will understand why they're trying to agitate for maybe even a coup in Venezuela to take place. Because that agreement says, and I want you all to go back and read it, it says that if there is any conflict in Venezuela, I want you to zone in on the word in. In Venezuela, that the United States of America could put boots on the ground in Trinidad and Tobago. Or you go back and check that. Because I was reading that and then I was connecting all the little dots with the little laws and certain things and the narratives and everything that has been put out. And the actions taken by the US, which I have no problem with. Some of you may, but I have no problem with that. Or just, if you have a problem with that, you're pretending. I have no problem with that, right? But if you go back and you check everything, the narrative and then the actions, and then you look at that agreement, you would understand what I'm saying. But I don't have time to go into that. That's a whole explanation. Anyway, although government confirms no risk to humans, pig disease causes pork vendor to feel the pinch. But joke pork selling all down the avenue, man. Pork selling, man. That come down and talk, boy. Pork selling. All right, so those are some of the headlines in the paper this morning. I don't have time to run through the whole newspaper for you. What you all could do is go and purchase it. All right, where's this with Super Blue here? I'm a boy, you know. Let me see, boy. Let me see what they're saying. But that was a whole article on Super Blue here. Oh, Texas. Look at here. Brilliant, man. That's great. Texas celebrates Super Blue Day. Yeah, boy. And he holding the proclamation. Look there. There's a proclamation here that he's holding up. Soca icon Austin Super Blue Lions has given Trinidad and Tobago many things. Jump and wave, fantastic Friday, and a discography that will live on for many successive generations. Now there's another to add to that list, Super Blue Day. That day was proclaimed by Houston, Texas Mayor John Whitmire, the city working collaboratively with the Trinidad and Tobago Association of Texas declared August 30th Super Blue Day. But what trouble is this? Papayo. That's somewhere they will host. Let me see. The proclamation read, quote, whereas on August 30th, 2025, in celebration of Trinidad and Tobago's 63rd independence, the Trinidad and Tobago Association of Texas, based in Houston, will host its celebration of a Nation 2025 scholarship banquet with a live performance by soca music legend Super Blue. And whereas the city of Houston is proud to recognize individuals whose contributions have enriched cultural heritage and inspired communities across the globe, Austin Lyons, a Trinidadian Calypsonian soca musician and lyricist, and known professionally as Super Blue or Blue Boy, is one of the most influential figures in the history of soca music. And it went on to say that his legacy continued through his children, Terry and Fayan, and that the city was proud to join with the Trinidad and Tobago Texas Association to celebrate Super Blue's contributions to Caribbean music and culture. Nice one. Blue, congrats, my brother. Nice, man. Great to be recognized internationally. So I'll tell you what, before we take the break and we come back and get your thoughts on shooters issue with the police with the guns in school, I want to get your thoughts on it because maybe I missed something. I don't know. Maybe I'm looking at it wrong. We'll get your thoughts, your opinion on it. But before we do all of that, of course, I have to remind you about Keolic. That's right, the Keolic range of products is backed by science and has over 900 scientific research and clinical trials, and it's made from that aged garlic extract. All right, so we have several products in the Keolic range. They include the cleanse and digestion, the blood pressure health, the total heart health, the cholesterol health, the circulation health, and they also have the Keo Green Powdered Drink Mix and the Keodophilus Probiotics. So you could pick up any one of these products in the Keolic range at pharmacies or health stores across the country. And for more information, you can WhatsApp 728-0338. That is 728-0338. And do not forget that Setwayo Laborde has the Holistic Health Clinic as well. And it's powered by nutritional therapy. So stop managing that disease when you could reverse them naturally. And they specialize in reversing several different types of disease, which you can see on the television right now. It is drug-free, supplement-free, root cause healing through nutritional therapy. Seth will be on tomorrow, but you can book an appointment with him today, all right, and start to rebuild your health from the inside out naturally by calling or WhatsApping 279-3935 or 761-1952. And finally, do not forget that Flow, that's right, this cricket season, Flow keeps you in the game as the official telecommunications partner of the Trinbago Knight Riders. So sign up for the Everything You Need plan and win tickets to TKR home matches or an all-inclusive finals home line. Visit discoverflow.co for details. And of course, this is NLCB approved. We take a break. When we come back from the break, we will get into shooters issue with the police presence at the school. And the issue is the police, it's not the police presence there, it's the police carrying guns at the school. Stay tuned.
Calling all choir. This is TNT's first gospel choir event of its kind. It's finally here. This is Divine Harmony. Choirs from all over the country will vie for over $250,000 in prizes. Semi-final round, the East-West Corridor, Saturday, September 20th, Central and South Trinidad, Saturday, September 27th, and Tobago, Saturday, October 4th. To register, call 719-9599. TNT, get ready. This is Divine Harmony.
Everybody sing it. Welcome to South Point Hotel Barbados, your gateway to a luxury oasis of tranquility, comfort, and impeccable service. Nestled along the popular south coast of Barbados, South Point Hotel is a true haven for those seeking relaxation, rejuvenation, and unforgettable experiences. From the moment you arrive, you'll be enveloped by an ambiance of serenity that effortlessly blends with the stunning flora and fauna surrounding you. The accommodations are spacious, elegant, and thoughtfully designed to ensure maximum comfort. Each room offers a perfect retreat where you can unwind, rejuvenate, and be pampered with the exceptional service of attentive staff. Indulge in the extraordinary at Driftwood, the in-house restaurant, where culinary excellence meets coastal charm. Driftwood's menu is a celebration of fresh, local ingredients, expertly crafted to create a dining experience that will take your palate on a delightful gastronomic journey the Bajan way. Whether you're here to relax by the pool, enjoy a delicious meal, or explore the enchanting beaches nearby, every moment at South Point Hotel is crafted to exceed your expectations. Book your stay today and immerse yourself in the luxury oasis that South Point Hotel offers. Discover a destination where every detail is thoughtfully curated for your enjoyment. South Point Hotel Barbados, creating memories that last a lifetime. For reservations, email them at reservations@southpointhotelbarbados.com or call 1246-424-7744 or check out the website www.southpointbarbados.com.
Downers Educational Institute is the top private school in Trinidad and Tobago with 35 years experience and tremendous student success. One of the most trusted education providers in the industry. Downers offers full-time day school classes for forms 1 to 5 and evening classes for primary level standards 2 to 5, secondary level forms 1 to 5, and also classes for adults and repeaters. For CSEC, Downers covers the business subjects and is one of the few private schools that offer the science subjects, physics, chemistry, and biology as well. Online classes are currently being offered in all areas. However, Downers Educational is flexible and will adjust as the situation changes to offer both online and in-person schooling. They also offer affordable pricing and flexible payment plans. Downers Educational, located at number 92 Charlotte Street, Port of Spain. Call 627-9491 or WhatsApp 737-8006 and 471-0477. Visit their website, downerseducationalinstitute.com. Email downersedu@gmail.com or find them on Facebook at Downers Educational Institute. Downers Educational, offering success through quality education.
Every day at the castle, long before we open our doors, our work begins. Our famous seasonings are mixed in advance. We select our fresh chicken parts and prep our delicious sides. Then we fire up the fryers and rotisserie oven. Everything is made with tasty local herbs, spices, and the same long-loved recipe since 1968. So, when you come in, remember that we uphold our culture and our taste just for you. We are your Royal Castle.
Welcome to Car City Trading, your #1 supplier of brand new Korean auto parts. Come on down to lot number 78, Bamboo Settlement number 2, Valsane, between the hours of 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Monday to Friday and 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturday to get your Hyundai and Kia vehicular needs. Car City Trading has everything your vehicle needs, from a brand new head and blocks to engine parts, transmissions, suspension parts, body parts, electrical parts, braking system, AC system, even the smallest sensor, and much more. WhatsApp us today at 704-2246 or call us at 645-2603 and let us be your car parts solution. Be sure to find us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, and look out for our monthly deals and promotions. Car City Trading, quality products at unbeatable prices.
At Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595 to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
Cricket is Caribbean passion, pure energy and pride. That's why Flow is proud to be the official telecommunications partner of the Trinbago Knight Riders for CPL 2025. Win tickets to TKR home matches or an all-inclusive finals home line when you sign up for the Everything You Need plan. Plus, enjoy 25% off for 6 months. One identity, one beat, one rhythm. Visit discoverflow.co to learn more. Promotion approved by the NLCB.
Why, if you need no real pressure right now, trying to register for my associate degree, it's real expensive, plus I have no maths. I didn't pass maths, real pressure. You know what to do, are you? Are you looking happy, so?
But I must be happy, I get all my subjects, plus I get one in law. So I'm looking to go and register to do my law degree right now.
Serious?
But why you didn't do Form 6 like me? In LS, it's free, plus your parents could save money for your university as well. And you could even do your maths at the same time.
I could do over my maths?
I'm telling you. Let me go now and register.
I have to go and sign up for it.
But you sticking, you should have come here a long time, you know.
Right? I'm so glad you told me about this. I'm really thankful. Like,
We offer a wide range of CSEC subjects and SAT prep classes. We are tried, trusted, and proven.
All right, people, so we're back, and we got a little time here, so we're going to get straight into it. Let me get the tutor headline. Tutor and NPTA rejecting the armed cops in schools. All right. So this is what they had to say, and we'll get your thoughts and your opinion on it. I think I've shared mine. Education stakeholders have rejected the education minister's disclosure that police officers armed with guns will be stationed at some high-risk schools from Monday. The National Parents Teacher Association and Trinidad and Tobago Unified Teachers Association said they will not support such measures in schools. Tutor President Martin Lumpkin expressed support for the initiative to place police officers in schools, saying it was based on the premise that those institutions with high levels of indiscipline and violence will return to a sense of normalcy. However, he told the Express by telephone, quote, "We want to make it extremely clear that Tutor will not support the use of armed officers in our nation's schools. The perception as well as the risk associated with armed persons in our nation's schools is not needed at this time. We have been consistently saying that since there was a suggestion of police officers, Tutor's position has always been that we do not support armed persons with guns on the compound," end quote. He said Tutor was of the opinion that the placement of law enforcement officers should be a short-term measure as the government addresses the issue of crime and criminality at schools and in communities. According to Lumpkin, Tutor remains unclear as to the roles and duties of the law enforcement officers and the policy of the Education Ministry and Homeland Security Ministry in relation to the officers. Now, damper on school climate. Meanwhile, NPTA President Walter Stewart also expressed concern about officers with guns at certain schools. He said, quote, "This sends a worrying message and signals the perception that our students are criminals. This reflects negatively and throws a damper on not only the school climate, but can cause untold anxiety, thereby disrupting the students' focus and attention on learning." My God. He emphasized there had been no history of gun violence at schools to warrant the introduction of officers with guns. He further said that such a move appeared to be an overreach and overreaction, and such a measure could result in more harm than good. While Tutor and NPTA condemned having officers with guns at school, they were not averse to officers carrying tasers. Okay. So carrying the guns is the issue. All they make up all their mind now between Tutor and the NPTA. One saying is an overreach. The next one saying that they wanted to be a short-term measure while the government addresses the issue of crime and criminality at schools and in communities. So Tutor is saying, admittedly, they're admitting that there is an issue of crime and criminality at schools and in communities. That's what they say there. Right? The head of the NPTA now is saying that it's going to put a damper on the school climate and could cause untold anxiety. Are the police going to be sitting in the classroom holding a gun to the student's head, telling them you better get that answer correct? I'm trying to understand what we have this issue with guns in Trinidad and Tobago, right? Legal guns. We have a serious issue, like we're traumatized by legal firearms. But when men run in the streets and pull out the illegal firearms and shooting at people willy-nilly, like we have no problem with that. The officers are trained. These are trained police officers that but most likely will be positioned at specific parts of the school, not in the classroom with the children. So, I mean, I understand that, and maybe, okay, a taser you have no problem with the taser, and I don't see any problem with the taser. It's a non-lethal weapon. So the issue here is a lethal weapon versus a non-lethal weapon. All right? And I understand that, it's something different. It might come across as something a little extreme. I understand all of that. I have no problem with that. There should be concerns. But we on the doorstep, well, not the doorstep. This issue comes up on the doorstep of the school term opening. And this is the next question I have to the government, to tutor, and to the NPTA. What sort of conversation did you all have leading up to this while you all were planning this initiative? Because everybody should have a say and everybody should have been involved. Look, 327-7400. And that's the next thing you know. You're right here, school opening. And now this is an issue. Look, morning. And I'll keep it quick this morning, eh? Morning.
You know,
Yeah. Morning.
This situation, I have no problem with how they were having these officers armed and thing. I think the minister would have said that they're not going to be inside the school. They're going to be at strategic spots, and they wouldn't be roaming inside the school and that kind of thing. It's a last resort. And I have no problem with that. But the other thing is that now there's a reason why there's a federal law in the states where no firearms supposed to be in school, right? But it have specially trained, in some states, have specially trained persons with fire. And America is a place people running in school.
Yeah.
And they didn't change the law. They didn't change, people run in school and shoot up people and kill them. And they have not changed the laws to allow just blash, yeah, you could go in school with guns. But more so, you see police people attitude, they have to look at that. Because police officers in Trinidad have an attitude sometimes to be very, very, how to say, rush to things. And that is my biggest fear. I see police officers carrying guns, and for this carnival, this Labor Day thing going there, the police carrying guns and them carrying the tape, them toting the banner and they fight. The police, Trinidad police have an attitude. As a policeman, and I used to do one thing. We have to be careful with attitude of the police officers and the response. That is my problem.
No problem. No problem. Fair concern. Morning.
Morning, Stefan. They go Central. How are you going?
Yeah, they go Central. What are your thoughts on this?
This morning I'm hysterically pissed off because clearly the tutor president and the NPTA president are illiterate and don't know what's going on. Akash Samaru on Thursday evening in the post-cabinet press briefing spoke and asked the current Minister of Education about the firearms. He directed the question to Mr. Roger Alexander, and he indicated that it's non-lethal weapons. What a firearm is, Stefan? A firearm is a lethal weapon. It
right.
Non-lethal.
So where does armed police thing come in?
It is not. They are going to be carrying non-lethal weapons, which will indicate a taser, baton, and by extension. These people have to be illiterate, Stefan.
Well, I had to double check that because I saw this article and I said, but wait. So you're saying this is non-lethal weapons?
Roger Alexander told, you know how Akash Samro like a badger. He asked the question 3 times to the minister. The minister said, Akash, I understand what I'm saying to you. Non-lethal weapons. A firearm is a lethal weapon, Stefan. Let us, and this is what I don't like with these media houses and these people, and they're pretending to be independent in these organizations. The minister said that on Thursday. That article was done on Saturday, which is the 6th, not so?
Yeah, right? This article was on Saturday.
Right. And that was Thursday evening. Roger Alexander said it 3 times to Akash Samaru. Non-lethal weapons the police officers will be carrying.
All right, just now, I now pull up an article here. Hold on.
I could send you the press conference clip and tell you the timing too and all.
Yeah, because I didn't catch the press conference on Thursday. I just saw a few clips from it.
Yeah, I sat down and listened to the whole press conference after late in the evening because I missed the conference and Philip had posted and I went and listened to the whole thing. Roger Alexander said it 3 times for Akash Amaru.
All right, that's not it.
Non-lethal.
All right, let me take another call, but let me just, Director,
No problem.
I now send you something there. Look, check the email. Morning. What is Lumpkin and them talking about it? I thought the policy changed over the weekend. Look, Lumpkin, only give me a chance, eh? Wait, I'm sending you a screenshot too. Because I want you to, but Lumpkin only an easy boy. Hold on. I'm sending you a screenshot too. Is a good thing they go central call in. Right. Bring that up for me. This 3 days ago. What is going on here, boy? I thought, listen, this came out 3 days ago. Then Tutor replied with the armed police officers in schools having a problem with it. And a whole article of that which I just read for you. Between them and the NPTA. This is the article 3 days ago. Well, this would have been 3 days ago? Yeah, 3 days ago. So we're looking at Sunday, Saturday, Friday. So this would have come out Friday morning off the back of the press conference, right? Good. Hello, caller, go ahead. Sorry, I didn't hold in there. I saw the headline there. Keep that headline up. Go ahead, caller.
Good morning.
Morning. Go ahead.
I feel police officers and them should be armed in case anything were to happen. They have to protect the children, the teachers. So they should be armed. Simple as that.
All right.
In the cases that we have so many times going around the country, if anything were to happen, the police are not armed. How are they going to protect the kids and the teachers?
Okay. All right, thanks a lot.
Keep them armed, man.
Yeah, man. Just now, only hold up there. Just now. Only reading that. Government is making moves to introduce police officers in schools across the nation. However, the police officers would not be armed with guns, but non-lethal weapons to ensure the security and safety of the students. Where did Martin Lumpkin, right, and the NPTA get information to come out in the media the next day after this, which would have been the Saturday morning, that the police would be carrying guns in the school? Where did Lumpkin and them get that from? This is the press conference. This is from the press conference Thursday. This is the article here. Put back up the headline. Alexander, children will be treated as the law says, non-lethal weapons for school cops. And the first paragraph in this article, go to it. Government is making moves to introduce police officers in schools across the nation. However, the police officers would not be armed with guns, but non-lethal weapons to ensure the security and safety of the students. The move, I'm going to the second paragraph now. Let me just read a little part of the article. Maybe it mentions certain schools or whatever. I don't know. The move was announced by Minister of Education, Dr. Michael Dowlat, at the post-cabinet media conference at the Diplomatic Center in Port of Spain on September the 4th. Dowlat said the initiative was spearheaded by the collaborative efforts of the Ministry of Education and the Ministry of Homeland Security. He said 2 police officers would be stationed in 50 secondary schools, which were identified as priority institutions. 10 other secondary schools and 10 primary schools will also have dedicated police patrols to ensure consistent coverage and rapid response to incidents in and around the school. The reason behind this is that there have been incidents of indiscipline and violence in our schools. Recent years have seen increased reports of school violence, gang influence, and threats from external elements. These trends threaten student safety and disrupt teaching and learning, Dowlat said. He said the program would also use the community policing approach, where officers would not only serve as security, but also engage students, parents, and teachers in building trust, discipline, and mutual respect. Lumpkin, you ain't talk about all that? In order to ensure student safety in a changing environment, both in and outside of the school environment, it must be protected against the full range of risk in our society today. To meet this responsibility, officers will be deployed in full operational kits as visible deterrents and to respond immediately should threats arise. Well, is this what they're talking about? Because I want to wait to see where Lumpkin and them get this from, yeah? When asked whether the full operational kits would include firearms, Minister of Homeland Security Roger Alexander said they would not be armed with guns. Those officers will be given non-lethal equipment that can respond in an appropriate manner. For a police officer, the firearm is a tool of trade, like the cutlass is a tool of trade for the coconut vendor. But there are certain times that you would need to operate in a particular way to get the best results. As you would say, you are treating with children. Some of them may behave very strangely, but at the end of the day, they are considered children under the law. Therefore, they must be treated as children according to what the law says. We don't want to violate that. However, he noted that there might be times that it might become necessary to have the appropriate equipment there to treat the situation. Is that what Lumpkin and them talking about? Because that last line there, that last paragraph, he said, however, he noted that there might be times that it might become necessary to have the appropriate equipment there to treat the situation. The appropriate equipment, I would imagine, in this statement is the gun. In that circumstance, Alexander assured that the officers were trained to adapt to the situations that might arise. There are times where the officers would have to adapt to a situation that might need a level of stern confrontation. In that situation, that will be addressed. We have a system that could adapt to any situation that confronts law enforcement. Asked about body cams and whether the officers would be wearing them, Alexander said the police officers would be given the appropriate equipment to protect the students without distracting them. Right? So Lumpkin, what is all they're talking about? Look, there is nothing that was said there that I could say is an overreach. Because there are certain situations, okay, so you have officers in the school, they have non-lethal weapons, so on and so forth. But there are certain circumstances that may require them to be armed with something a little more heavy. You understand what I'm saying? But those circumstances are circumstances that will be dealt with if it arises. I don't see anything, any overreach there. And in the whole part of the press conference, with the whole thing, majority of it about non-lethal weapons that the officers will be armed with. That is the part of the press conference already decided to talk about Lumpkin. This is why I say, was there not consultation on this? How they could come on the doorstep of the school term reopening to come out and say that they have a problem with this, when all the time they knew it was coming, and I'm sure discussions was taking place. Look, you see me? Morning. I think Lumpkin need to step down as president or tutor and go back to school. Morning.
Morning, Mr. Stefan.
Yeah, man.
I sent you an article with the Minister of Education saying what you had to say about this guns in school business, right?
Uh-huh.
Anyway, the Commissioner of Police is the person in charge of the police officers in Trinidad and Tobago, right? No minister, no news reporter, no fisherman, right?
Right.
Is the minister, is the Commissioner of Police.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Right. And the 4% man they talk about this morning, right?
Yeah.
What he believe?
He
believe that God. I said the 4% man.
Yeah.
They talk about this morning. Well, he speak as if this is the first time I've gone in Trinidad. All students could be traumatized and all kind of thing. That shooting game home on the Xbox, they'll go and play when they finish their studies and thing. The man speaking as if a bandit walking up and down in the school with a gun in the waist.
Yeah.
What do you want? A police officer to have a gun in the waist, or a bandit to have a gun in the waist in the school? What do you want? Tell me all you want.
I don't know, because we have to face the reality that crime exists in Trinidad and Tobago.
You remember that news report, I think last year, where it had some shooting incident, I believe somewhere in Belmont, I can't remember exactly, and the children had a duck and hide.
That's what I was talking about this morning, and the men running the school.
More than once.
Or run through the school.
Once, another duck and hide and thing, yeah, and children and the teachers that are try and protect them with no gun. Anyways.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I sent an up-to-date article with
I see the article here.
Right, but it's lethal and non-lethal, and lethal will be in places that extreme high risk side business.
But how Chutain talking, all I notice Chutain saying, nobody in Chuta jump out and say, well, we can't open, this school can't open this term, or that school can't open this term because the repairs weren't done.
Just now we'll find an excuse. They'll say the sun too hot and the rain too wet. I gone.
All I realize that it didn't have an article in the paper this morning talking about a school can't open. You know why? According to the Education Minister, Dr. Michael Dowlat, 246 schools have been completed and the full scope of repairs planned during the 2-month vacation in Trinidad, with another 25 said to be in the final phases of upgrades a week ago. The status of the remaining 8 government and government-assisted schools targeted during the vacation repair program was not revealed. And in Tobago, 26 of the island's 57 schools were targeted for remedial work. As many as 12 of them were not touched, according to Chuta Tobago officer Brandon Roberts. But 246 schools. Whatever work they had to do, they do it. Morning. You know, usually around this time, you just get at it when the school term go down open. Morning. Hello? My brother, like he gone back muting himself again. Let me go again. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Yeah, morning. Go ahead.
Morning, Stefan.
Yeah.
Listen, you see, this tutor is part of the problem in Trinidad and Tobago. We have having those tutors and they never could solve the problem in Tobago. So you mean to say the children in them could go to school with knife and other weapons, but police can't go stay in school with a gun? I find that very funny. And next thing I want to find out, what about the parents and them? Are they taking them responsible for having your kids home and sending them to do destruction in school, and there is no penalty for the parents and them? Why are you talking about that? Huh? This is something has to come up. Somebody must take the responsibility, and I believe mommy and daddy are the one who is responsible for the problem of Trinidad and Tobago. You understand what I'm telling you?
Right.
So therefore, this tutor, I believe they are part of the problem, that they cannot solve the problem. And I believe that police should work with their arms and whatever. Once they are protecting something or somebody, they're supposed to be protected themselves, because you don't know what they're doing. The kids and them could go with weapon, and a policeman can't go with a gun. Have a nice day, Stefan.
All right, no problem. I'll take one more. Very quickly, and then I'll go to the break. Hello, good morning.
Hello, morning.
Yes, I.
Right, so the studying officers and with gun and all kind of thing in school, right? But nobody study, why it is they have to go there for. Why it is they have to go and try to protect the nation's children. Right? The same thing with the prison services, and tutor, two of them, the same thing. Both of them feeling threatened because that is an outside institute to help them to do their work. That is the problem with them. Right? And not to mention the financing they're getting from whatever other agencies to corrupt the system. Right? That is why they're talking all the time. And if you watch somebody post, right, the opposition getting more airtime than the current government. Right? They're moving like they're selling power. Right? So they're getting the airtime and everything to just corrupt situations, and they're being allowed to do it. Right? And media houses are doing it.
Okay.
Right? So that's my little piece there.
All right, cool, man. All right, I gotta stick up in right there. Hold your hand. I'll stick up in right there. I'll come back to it. I see the phone line hot with it. In the article that was sent to me here, Policing Schools with Guns, when school opens to the 2025-2026 academic year, there will be some changes implemented by the government. According to Education Minister Dr. Michael Dowlat, 246 schools have been completed, and the full scope of repairs planned during the 2-month vacation in Trinidad, with another 25 said to be in the final phases of upgrades a week ago. So that was a week ago they were in the final stages. But just now, let me get to the gun part. Hi. The first term also marks the start of a new school discipline initiative, the assignment of 95 Special Reserve Police officers in the school system. MTS guards and standard security officers at schools were also trained. What is their role in this initiative? According to Dr. Dowlat, 2 officers would be stationed at 50 high-risk schools, while 10 secondary schools and 10 primary schools will be covered by regular patrols. Patrols! In a press release, the Estate Police Association acknowledged the presence of gangs in schools, drug activity, and school violence, but emphasized that the presence of officers in schools cannot be a long-term solution to the problem of school indiscipline. So we have them acknowledging that there are gangs in schools, the presence of gangs in schools, drug activity, and school violence. So it's not just the school violence and the fighting, you know. We're talking about drugs and we're talking about what is it? Presence of gangs. Chuta President Martin Lumpkin acknowledged the challenges in the school system, he agreed to a short-term trial of a non-lethal plan, noting a violent ambush of security guards at Malik Secondary on June 6th. But look, Lumpkin and all saying there was a violent ambush of security guards at Malik on June the 6th. I go mash up. One of these phones I go mash up, you know, because I keep dropping them on the desk. Let me go to the break, boy. As we go to the break, you see me? Me enable, nah? I don't know what people want, nah? I really, really don't know. As we go to the break, I want to remind you just now, where am I? It seems that I'm lost. Just now, fellas, just now. Hold on, All right, let me go to the break. So we take the break. When we come back from the break, I don't know how many of you caught it, but I don't even know if I want to switch gears right now. Maybe I should just come back to the phone line on this issue, because I had another issue. It was an article written by, of all people, Emil Elias, speaking about the Forex problem and how it was created by Conway Burt and supported, well, I think he mentioned supported by the former Prime Minister, Keith Rowley. I will make up my mind during the break if I go in there or if I stay in on this topic. We'll be back after this.
Welcome to Caribbean Tourist Villa, your home away from home in the heart of Port of Spain. With over 25 years of trusted hospitality, Caribbean Tourist Villa has been a reliable choice for both business professionals and vacationers. Our guest rooms are thoughtfully equipped with all the essentials for a relaxing and productive stay, and our tranquil pool area is perfect for relaxation after a busy day. We've created the ideal space for you to relax, recharge, and enjoy. Give us a call to book your stay today.
Okay, honey, let me call you back now. And now seeing her coming through the door, and I'm sure it's the results she's coming with. That's your father. He's so excited about these results. Let me see.
It's not looking very good.
Ooh, 5 in maths, 4 in English. This really not looking good. But don't worry. Just this morning, I see elders' classes advertised online, so we will go across to elders and let them put you on the right path, okay?
We offer a wide range of CSEC subjects and SAT prep classes. We are tried, trusted, and proven.
Air conditioning problems? Then look no further. A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an easy solution for all your automotive, commercial, and domestic air conditioning needs. With 2 convenient locations to serve you, A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an extensive range of parts and services, including pressure test kits, refrigerators, parts, front and rear evaporators for maxi taxis. They also cater for both foreign and local automobile models like Kia, Hyundai, Honda, Nissan, and more. So pay them a visit today at either of their 2 locations. Number 36 Alfonso Street, Sangre Grande. Phone 784-2707 or 386-5700. And number 133 corner Roland Street and Bonaventure Main Road, Gasparillo. Phone 312-2245 or 782-9720.
Have you thought about where you're going for lunch today? Well, Tante's Creole Food serves the best in local dishes at a great price. They're located at Alta's Panyard, Duke Street, Port of Spain. They offer the best in Creole, Chinese, and curry dishes. Don't miss their after-work special and soup Saturdays. It's cow heel, oxtail, pigtail, and chicken foot soup. And also, fish broth is on the menu. Give them a call or WhatsApp 734-3398 or simply visit them at the All-Star Panyard, Duke Street, Port of Spain. Safe and secure parking is also available. Tante's Creole Food, the best in town. Check them out today.
Why just manage disease when you can reverse it? At Setwaya's Holistic Health Clinic, we don't just mask symptoms, we focus on reversing illness naturally. Imagine freedom from medications and the cycle of dependence. Our approach dives deep into uncovering root causes without herbs, tonics, or medications. From diabetes and heart disease to mental health, obesity, and more, our personalized care is transforming lives. Ready to begin? Book your consultation today, either in our San Fernando office or online. Call or WhatsApp 279-3935 or 761-1952. Your health journey starts now at Setwayo's Holistic Health Clinic, where transformation is within reach.
Open Minds Education, Trinidad and Tobago. Hear me now. Click in, level up. School up on your phone, you know.
Learn today, lead tomorrow. We're ready for your growth. Farm 5, C6, adult class, take the oath. No traffic, no stress, just log in and post. Open Minds Education, TNT we both.
You want pass exam? Cool, we start that. Replay the lesson till the knowledge lock back. Real teacher with feedback, no copy, no chat.
At Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595 to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors, roti makers. Try Chic Leisha high quality, unbleached, bromate free, all purpose and whole wheat flour. Bleached flour and bromate flour is treated with chemicals that can cause cancer, and this is banned in Europe and many other countries. Chic Leisha flour offers a healthier option, being that it's unbleached and bromate free. It also has a finer grain and a softer texture, lower priced and conveniently packaged in 2 pound, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. Available at groceries and supermarkets. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Chic Leisha Limited at 665-3336 or 480-8715 or visit them at Warrenville, Canupia. Chic Leisha Limited. Quality you can trust.
All right, people, so we're back, and we are 5 minutes past the hour, 7 o'clock. Before we proceed, we want to remind people, students at least, to, congratulations on completing your CXC and CSEC exams. And if you're feeling uncertain about your next steps, then look no further. because Elders is excited to announce free CAPE classes, including CAPE Law taught by the esteemed Mrs. Pamela Elder SC. And if you're disappointed with your CSEC results, don't give up. Your journey isn't over. Step into success with Elders classes, where a legacy of exceptional teaching helps students rise, rebuild, and reach their full potential. And of course, Elders offer a diverse range of CSEC subjects and SAT prep classes at affordable rates and flexible times. Explore what Elders has to offer on Facebook and Instagram, and you can reach out to them on 627-8632 or 715-5480. You'll get all the details you need when you reach out to those numbers. Remember, Elders is tried, trusted, and definitely proven. Also, Flow. Yes. Remember that Flow is bringing the cricket action home. Win tickets to TKR home matches or an all-inclusive finals home line when you sign up for the Everything You Need plan. Plus, enjoy 25% off for 6 months. That's right, 6 months. Flow, the official telecommunications partner of the Trinbago Knight Riders, and that is NLCB approved. All right. Now, having said all of that, just as I read the Flow ad there, TKR boy, oh gosh boy. We get with chicken curry boy. Yeah boy. Russell, I don't know. Oh God, that was a horrible over by Russell boy at the dead day. Is that over cause us to lose that match, you know? That over by Russell. Well, oh God, not that's that over by Russell, because he bowled bad the whole night, He had a bad night with the ball. Get that chicken curry there, boy. Small thing. Anyway, I've decided we're going to stick to this. All right? Because the other article is a very long article. And if I get into that article and I read that entire article, we're going to need time to take calls on that article. What's that? All right. Nice, good. Also, before I switch gears on the sports, I thought Trinidad and Tobago, I was in the stadium on the game was on Friday. I was in the stadium on Friday, and I got to say, I thought we had the better game, especially the second half against Curaçao. Unfortunately, the ball just wouldn't go in the back of the net. But I could see a lot of potential in this team. It's a very young team, put together in a very short space of time. But I could see a lot of potential with this team. I thought that the hustle in the second half, especially with Molino and Spicer. Yeah, boy, them fellas was hustling, boy. They was hustling. They was running down that ball. You understand? Now, we have our next match against Jamaica in Jamaica, which is going to be a tough one. I think Jamaica dropped 5 on Bermuda or something to that effect. But I think this team, Dwight York, is going to go very far with this team. I really, really believe so. I do not think that Curaçao could beat us in Curaçao. I don't think Curaçao could beat us at all. After the performance I saw Friday, I kind of leaning towards that 70-30. All right? Bermuda is a team that everybody's supposed to beat up in the group. No disrespect to Bermuda, but that's how it go. Right? I love it, And Jamaica, of course, we're gonna have our hurdles to cross with Jamaica, but I think we have a good team. And the stadium was packed on Friday, boy. Packed. Not the capacity, it's still had some empty little seats and thing, but it was full. I have one complaint about our game on Friday. To the bar, Ole was the worst. It's the worst I see in terms of organization. You all knew from ahead of time that Ole that the stadium sell 20,000 tickets plus. So you know it's about 20,000 people coming to this game. You're going by the bar, there are no ice. You can't get a bag of ice to buy. They want to sell you a cup of ice for $5. A cup, A cup of ice they want to sell you. You in the stadium for a World Cup qualifier, and that's what they're doing? Or they want to sell people a cup of ice for $5? And people spending their money to buy beers? I go on to buy 21 beers. That's nearly a case of beers. $300. It was 7 beers for $100. They said me with 300. They said, boy, better buy 21 one time and let me go and sit down. But when you get the beers now, one, it's in cold. Right? They're lukewarm, to say the least. 2, they are no ice. So when you say, well, you're getting the beers in a bag, and they go throw some ice on it so that the beers could cool, you ain't even getting that. But I go buy a bag of ice. We ain't selling ice. Seriously? Well, eventually, any let me just say, well, how I get a bag of ice. Let me just leave it at that. Yeah. But you know we have ways and means, fellas. Right? All right, but that was horrible. That was all. They had to improve that. That was the worst service. Anyway, before the break, we were talking about the issue of police officers in the schools. There appears to be some sort of misunderstanding. I do not think that tutor and the NPTA understand what the government is saying. When you read what the government say, it's sensible. Morning. Hello, morning.
Stefan.
Yeah, man, go ahead.
Morning, Stefan. Stefan, I hear they keep talking about the police that they're sending into the schools and they're talking about they're properly well trained. I want to let the government know the security officers that they have in the schools, them are not properly trained. The MTS officers. Those officers accepted and some of them carrying firearm, right? And put any one of them police there together with one of the MTS security. Assure the MTS security go handle the school better than any one of them. Although they say they train. And our next problem will come out at it. You have the security, you have MTS security in the school, and they're sending in police and they're paying them a higher salary. That's going to be a problem because the both of them doing the same work. I hope the Estate Police Association taking note of this, right? Because they're sending them in at a higher salary, the police and them. So they're going to bring the security salary up to speed with them. You understand? Because they will be doing the same job. And next thing, Stefan, I don't know. At some one of those schools in Shogungan, a female security was on her way to school when she was shot dead. I hear nobody kick a hullabaloo over that some years back. She was going to work in security. They shoot her dead on the road going to school right there in Shogungan. Okay. Nobody ain't talking about that. You understand? All right. It's gone, and she died by the gun. And next thing, they talk about guns in the school. The tourists have guns in school, you know, Stefan. Sawa Senior, back in the days, it used to be Sawa Senior. We try to cross the bridge and you go across to the school, right? The delivery trucks and them, when they board that school, delivery trucks and them used to get robbed. They used to rob the securities, them delivery trucks on the school compound. Yeah. On the school compound. I hear Chuta talking about it, and they had us to implement armed security. So that's something new. I hear nobody talking about that.
All right, no problem.
Right, Stefan, you have a problem then?
Yeah, man, cool, no problem. Yeah, I hear any on all them points except for the reason that bringing up the guard's salary because both of them doing the same work. Police is police at the end of the day. The security guard is a security guard. It's just that the police officer assignment is at the school. But, you know, morning.
Good morning to you, Mr. Stefan.
I understand the parallel try to show them, but, you know. Yeah, go ahead, Chief.
Yeah, Mr. Stefan, let me tell you something what's going on here. There is too much biasness in Trinidad and Tobago to what the government want to do and what they want to do. Nobody waiting to give it a chance. This is just a PNM agenda that is being pushed here. Let me tell you something. When a man could talk about violence in America, where people are running school and kill 20 and 30 children at one time, and because they may change their policies, we must go along with that system too. But here, understand, America had 331 million people. So if them want some people to get killed to break down the population, that up to them. We can't follow what America do. We have to have our own agenda and do what we have to do, right? So I don't believe we should have to bring America, because there's a lot of things in America going on that we cannot do, right? If we took our army to America, we can't do that. So this thing what's happening here with this school thing is a certain amount of biasness to whatever the government wants to do. But Mr. Stefan, I want to tell you one thing before I go. Tomorrow, please, gone. No. If I call, I just want to talk something about the cricket. Okay, thank you, sir.
All right, no problem. Yeah. Yeah, morning. Director, you met shooter over here and the headline I sent for you on the next side. Yeah, morning.
Morning, Stefan, morning.
Yeah, but go ahead.
Now, you know, I sent you an article there. My former secondary school, right, Gasparilla Composite, formerly Gasparilla Composite, now known as Gasparilla Secondary School. Mm-hmm. There is an article a few years ago where a man intending to exact revenge on a student went in that school armed with a firearm.
Yeah, I seen it.
Right?
Yeah, I seen what you sent. The principal and students of Gasparilla Secondary School teamed up to defend their school from a man who entered the school with a gun. Go ahead.
Yes, right. Now, the police, firstly, I want to say non-lethal includes rubber bullets. So police could go with firearms that have rubber bullets, which pretty effective, you know, if you're dealing with a serious perpetrator, right?
Yeah.
So I just want to include that in the conversation. But the Lumpkin and the NPTA and them, listen, they're just proving what Trinidadians have been saying all along, that unions relatively useless in the way of thinking and, you know, being critical about things. Like, critical thinking is a superpower that's addictive. Everything you hear, you have to come up with some technicality as to why it. Somebody was talking about an article in the papers about some school up on Belmont or wherever the case is. There was a video as well.
Yes.
There was a teacher was filming inside the classroom where she telling the children, stay down, and gunshots was ringing out in the background.
Yeah.
So you want the police there to be unequipped, to have to call the police to come equipped to deal with them kind of situation. We need to get real in this country. I got to listen off it.
All right, man, no problem. Yeah. Boy. No, but every point that he made there is correct. You see, he remembers well, you know. He remembers well. Nice, Director. Tutor and NPA to reject armed cops in the school, so. And then nice. Government is making moves to introduce police officers in the school across the nation. However, the police officers would not be armed with guns. Nice, man. Lumpkin. Good one. Morning.
Morning. Now, you need to listen to the police. I think it was ACP Benjamin who told the nation is the police commissioner in charge of the police and not the minister. Mm-hmm. And there will be with guns in the school. So I believe that is where the union and the NPTA made their concerns.
You think that's where they got it from?
That's correct.
No, but I'm saying...
They just keep politicizing everything. Every human being is entitled to their opinion. It doesn't matter because somebody disagrees with something, there's a PNM, and they're just trying to distract. If we do have total unity among ourselves, nothing will change in this country. Stop supporting politics and support patriotism and country. We all agree there is a problem with school violence, but everybody is entitled to the opinion, not because somebody disagrees with what the UNC government say that makes them a PNM. Right. They have a different opinion.
I hearing you with that.
What they hearing and seeing.
I hearing you with that, but they also mentioned, like I read down the article, they also mentioned that there are certain circumstances that may occur that would require police officers to be armed.
Right, and the concern of the NPTA and the PTA and the tutor is what the ACP Benjamin said. I heard him. It was on the media, electric media, not social media. He said the minister is not responsible for the police. It's the commissioner and the police that are being trained, which is the SRP, will be outfitted with guns.
Okay. All right, I'll check it. I'll check and see when Benjamin said that. Over the weekend?
Yeah. I think it was after the interview with the minister and them.
After the press conference?
That's correct.
All right. I'll tell you what the problem is there. All right, cool. I'll tell you what the problem is there. So you have the minister saying one thing, the Minister of Education, backed by the Minister of Homeland Security. They're saying one thing. Then you have Benjamin now coming out and saying it's the police commissioner that's in charge and the police will be carrying guns. Okay, fine, no problem. But if the government sets an initiative, okay, let me just be realistic here. Yes, the commissioner of police is in charge of the police. But if the government sets an initiative and says, we are starting this initiative with police in the schools and we want the police to carry non-lethal weapons, I very much doubt that after conversation and consultation takes place, that the commissioner of police could turn to the minister and say, well, now my officers are carrying fire. It's an initiative set by the government, not the police. You see that first word in the paragraph there? Government is making moves to introduce police officers in schools across the nation. The government making that move, the government coming up with the initiative. And of course it's going to be in collaboration with the TTPS. But it does not mean that the government can say, well, this is the initiative, we're dealing with children, this is what the law says on children, and as a result, we have to treat the children like children. So, how we want to set this initiative is that we're going to set this initiative with non-lethal weapons, with officers in the school with non-lethal weapons, but in circumstances, we may need officers who are fully armed. The commissioner of police can't just jump in and say, well, no, the officers are to be armed. I can't see that happening. I can't see that happening. Fellas, don't you can see that happening? I can't see that happening. As it relates to an initiative directed at schools. So as it relates to Benjamin could say, yeah, the minister is not the one in charge of the police, it's the commissioner of police in charge. But at the end of the day, if it's a government initiative, does the police officers, in terms of the commissioner of police, the same way that the government call a SOE, based on the advice of the commissioner of police, is the commissioner of police had to go to the government and say, well, listen, due to intelligence-based ABC, XYZ, we think at this point in time, we need to call a state of emergency to deal with this issue. And the government now listens to the commissioner of police, they weigh the advice and the intelligence, and then they make a decision and say, okay, we will call the state of emergency, we're going to declare the state of emergency based on this advice. It's the same way in the reverse, that if the government comes now with an initiative and they are setting their initiative in this way, it would be in consultation with the commissioner of police. But if it is agreed that it is going to be non-lethal weapons like the government is saying there, then that is set. And that is why they said there will be certain circumstances that may require police officers to be fully armed. And that is real, that is sensible. Morning. So even if Lumpkin and them reacting to what Benjamin say, I still say it goes back to the government because it's a government initiative. Morning.
Hello, Stefan.
Yeah, morning. Go ahead.
Well, I'm happy that son was able to come and bring some clarity to the whole issue. You see, when Alexander is talking, remember, he has this kind of mischievous smile on his face, but no police going out there, whether what is the circumstance without being armed, Stefan. You know that especially in these times. Not that every single person it may not have, because with this new initiative, right? Remember, it's extra sort of positions or duties that you're required to arm a person and stuff like that.
Right.
But see, holistically, right? At the end of the day, a student from Couva, St. Joseph Convent, Couva, was assaulted near death, and we need it. So this is how it has to be, and good luck to everybody. You see, only the students who are going to school for the purpose for which they are the ones who are going to be intimidated. You understand?
Okay.
Not the ones who are hell-bent on disrupting society and the school. Thanks, Stefan.
All right, cool, no problem. All right, so with that, we are, 27 minutes past the hour of 7 o'clock. And we got to go to the break. We're 25 minutes. I 2 minutes fast over here. Oh, Lord. 2 minutes fast over here. Sorry, we're 25 minutes past the hour of 7 o'clock. Just to remind you, we have Eid Nights coming up after the break. Just to give you a little information on Eid Nights here very quickly. All right. Just now, right. No, not this one. That one. Like again old boy, fellas, boy. Again old. So Eid Nights Clinic, of course, one of the most state-of-the-art alternative clinics in the Caribbean, and they offer a dynamic combination of life-changing treatments. And these treatments include prolozone therapy, live blood analysis, halotherapy, nutritional programs, weight loss programs, and more. They also offer consultation services as well in live blood analysis, diabetes, heart disease, knee, shoulder, back pain, high blood pressure, arthritis, and more. So you could check them out at any one of their 3 locations in Trinity, Chaguanas, or Tobago. You could also give them a call on 640-8985 or 613-7571. You could WhatsApp them on 493-9196 or email them at eidnightsdistributors@gmail.com. Make sure and check them out today. They'll be up after the break. All right? So before I go to the break, let me see. Before I go to the break, I'll take one more call because we have time for one more. I have about a minute or two before I go to the break. So let me just take a call here and hear what they have to say. All right, I actually do not call back here because... Hello, good morning.
Morning.
Hey, morning, man. What's up?
We seem to be focusing on the wrong things. The police officer going to the school with guns is to secure the school and to secure whatever is happening inside it. We're not really dealing with the children violence, and we're not dealing with consequences for the children when that happens. We're not dealing with programs to deal with the children now to prevent them from doing that. Having programs in school to now have children concentrate their energies elsewhere other than academics, but on other programs. Earlier in the week, I had suggested, last week, I suggested that we use the guides and the scouts and have at least 40 of each one of them, girls and boys, in the school with certain amount of discipline practice. Use the army to help them, the female officers in the army, and they now will be the school police that will deal with the school violence in itself. The social people and the PTA and the Teachers Association will come with programs that deal with them and consequences for children whenever something happens with children in terms of school violence. When it happens outside of the school, that will be different. The police in school will do the police work and securing the school, the perimeters of the school, and everything in the school, and guns are required for that. It is what police do.
Right.
So police are not trained to deal with school children and these sort of things. You have to train certain people to deal with that. So unless we look at programs and fix these things and look at consequences for the children and methods to deal with them after when they're out of school, then we will not be moving forward. So we're focusing on guns. Same thing with the stand your ground law. They talk about guns and they talk about the actual law itself.
Yeah.
So we need to focus in the right direction. You have a good day, man.
All right, man. And with that, I'm going to pause because we got to go to the break and get to Eid Nights. But I will say this. You know, I met 2 police officers in New York. Chris, you remember them? Pods and Roach. Yeah? Pods and Roach used to work with the NYPD, meaning they were actual, police. Well, they're still police, but they used to work with the NYPD, the police unit, as in police, right? What you would call NYPD Blue or whatever. However, over time, they decided to transfer over to the community policing unit. The community policing unit. And that's why in the article where Alexander talks, and where the minister talks, they're talking about the police not just being there as level of security, but also to engage the students, the parents, and the teachers in building trust, discipline, and mutual respect with this community policing approach. Now, the officers who work in that community policing unit, or these SRPs, they should be or have some training in community policing. Because community policing deals with communication. Community communication. See how it goes? It rolls off the tongue and connects with each other. Right. So community policing is a lot of communication with the community. But you have to be approachable. Your attitude has to be welcoming. You understand? Which is what Pods and Roach were all about. Two of the most laid-back, pleasant police officers that you will meet. When you with them, you with them, and you cannot say that you hate the police. You meet them and you would never hate on the police. Just the manner in which they operate. You understand? Roach is one of the most energetic, charismatic police officers I have ever met, and she always smiling. You understand? We boy Pod, Labor Day celebrations going on, parade going on, and Pod trying to dance a soca music, but you out of time bad, but that ain't nothing. He just having fun. But they engage the community. You understand? In a different type of way that other officers would. Now, the other police officers, Chris, you could attest to this. The police officers that were standing on the street corners and the other officers in the uniform and thing, them fellas have a totally different attitude. You realize they don't smile and talk with you. But Pods and Roach from the community policing unit, they will walk up to you and say, hey, what's going on? Yeah, man, ting. Oh, yeah, well. And they will talk to you. Real cool, real down to earth. You understand what I'm saying? And that is the type of policing approach that we need. Not just in the community, but in the schools as well. That is the type of policing we need. We need police that school children will admire, feel comfortable with, and respect. And the only way you're going to get that from this generation is in your approach to that job at the schools today. And moving on. And moving on, right? And moving forward. I do not agree that this should be a short-term solution, that they should be there temporarily. I think that they have a significant role to play in shaping the next generation and building trust, confidence, and mutual respect to police officers. Because when you are out here, if you leave it up to some of these communities, they will grow up chanting the same thing, all too wicked. So I think it's a terrific initiative, not just in the short term, but in the long term. So I disagree with Tutor with that too. You understand? It has nothing like a quick fix to a problem that we have allowed to spiral out of control for over a decade. It has no quick fix for that. And don't come to pretend it has one. So however the police approach this, it has to be in that type of manner. All right? You have to be warm, you have to be friendly. But if a situation calls for you to be stern and to execute your duties in a responsible manner, then so be it. But it should be warm, it should be friendly, it should be engaging. Communication should be right up. Full communication with teachers and students. And that is what this initiative should be about. More than anything else, it should be about trust, confidence, and respect. And discipline. Right? Because we have to admit first that we have a problem. But like I said, our problem ain't going to be solved with kid gloves on. Right? So when it's called for, and there are going to be circumstances that may arise that police officers have to have a firearm. And we have to trust the system. I know it's hard for some of us, that these officers are going to be trained in dealing with those types of situations if they are armed. But you see, all this fear-mongering over what is, in my opinion, a terrific initiative to get this thing under control in the schools, that fear-mongering has to stop. There seems to be this fear-mongering campaign about everything. right? And that's par for the course, right? But it needs to stop. Let the initiative flow. Let the officers do what they have to do. And let us see what we need to tweak in terms of what is working and what is not. And don't give me no gizmo with no psychological effects and this, that, and the other. Because when them youth and them walking through the community and gangsters had a gun in the waist or they're hearing shots firing all over left, right, and center, all around the house that they're living in while they're trying to study, don't tell me that will traumatize them too. When students in Port of Spain, going to certain schools in Port of Spain, and they had to duck down under the desk because men busting shots outside, don't tell me that more psychological effects. And that is the issue that we have to deal with. We are pushing for some sort of psychological effect when a child sees a police officer with a firearm. That should never be. Police officers carry firearm. It's part of their duty, part of their tools to operate. Right? That is like telling me a child see a carpenter with a hammer and scorn screaming because they feel the carpenter coming to beat them with the hammer. No. That's a tool of the carpenter's trade. Police officers carry firearms. So a child shouldn't be traumatized or psychologically affected by seeing a police officer in uniform with a firearm. But they should be traumatized by seeing a man out the road with a gun in the waist. And that's the difference. Anyway, broad conversation for which time does not permit. Anyway, we take the break. When we come back from the break, Ignites, Dr. Thompson and Dr. Navarro. We're going to chat with them. Stay tuned.
Concerned about the safety and security of your property? Then look no further. At Electromatic Gate Systems, they specialize in fabrication of gates, fencing, and much more. They also provide remote control access for sliding and swing gates and garage doors for residential, commercial, and industrial use. Have a design in mind? They can fabricate and motorize it into reality. Why choose them? They supply Italian-made motors backed by 10 years warranty, and you can ask about their lifetime warranty packages. Electromatic Gate Systems remains the sole authorized distributor for ProfoundNet throughout the Caribbean. Don't compromise your security. Contact them today at 333-GATE. That is 333-4283. Find them on Google, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, or visit their website at www.electromaticgates.com. Their team is standing by to assist.
Cricket is Caribbean passion, pure energy and pride. That's why Flow is proud to be the official telecommunications partner of the Trinbago Knight Riders for CPL 2025. Win tickets to TKR home matches or an all-inclusive finals home line when you sign up for the Everything You Need plan. Plus, enjoy 25% off for 6 months. One identity, one beat, one rhythm. Visit discoverflow.co to learn more. Promotion approved by the NLCB.
Boy, oh boy.
What are going on? Why are you looking stressed out?
Why if you need no real pressure right now, trying to register for my associate degree? It's real expensive, plus I have no maths. I didn't pass maths. Real pressure. You know what to do right here. Why are you looking happy, so?
But I must be happy. I get all my subjects, plus I get one in law. So I'm looking to go and register to do my law degree right now.
Serious?
But why you didn't do Form 6 like me? In LS, it's free, plus your parents could save money for your university as well. And you could even do your maths at the same time.
I could do over my maths?
I'm telling you. Let me go now and register.
I have to go and sign up for it.
But you sticking, you should have come here a long time, you know.
Right? I'm so glad you told me about this. I'm really thankful. Like,
We offer a wide range of CSEC subjects and SAT prep classes. We are tried, trusted, and proven.
Welcome to South Point Hotel Barbados, your gateway to a luxury oasis of tranquility, comfort, and impeccable service. Nestled along the popular south coast of Barbados, South Point Hotel is a true haven for those seeking relaxation, rejuvenation, and unforgettable experiences. From the moment you arrive, you'll be enveloped by an ambiance of serenity that effortlessly blends with the stunning flora and fauna surrounding you. The accommodations are spacious, elegant, and thoughtfully designed to ensure maximum comfort. Each room offers a perfect retreat where you can unwind, rejuvenate, and be pampered with the exceptional service of attentive staff. Indulge in the extraordinary at Driftwood, the in-house restaurant, where culinary excellence meets coastal charm. Driftwood's menu is a celebration of fresh, local ingredients, expertly crafted to create a dining experience that will take your palate on a delightful gastronomic journey the Bajan way. Whether you're here to relax by the pool, enjoy a delicious meal, or explore the enchanting beaches nearby, every moment at South Point Hotel is crafted to exceed your expectations. Book your stay today and immerse yourself in the luxury oasis that South Point Hotel offers. Discover a destination where every detail is thoughtfully curated for your enjoyment. South Point Hotel Barbados, creating memories that last a lifetime. For reservations, email them at reservations@southpointhotelbarbados.com or call 1246-424-7744 or check out the website www.southpointbarbados.com. Attention all bakers, doubles vendors, roti makers. Try Chic Leisha high quality unbleached bromate free all-purpose and whole wheat flour. Bleached flour and bromate flour is treated with chemicals that can cause cancer, and this is banned in Europe and many other countries. Chic Leisha flour offers a healthier option, being that it's unbleached and bromate free. It also has a finer grain and a softer texture, lower priced and conveniently packaged in 2 pound, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. Available at groceries and supermarkets. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Chic Leisha Limited at 665-3336 or 480-8715 or visit them at Warrenville, Canupia. Chic Leisha Limited. Quality you can trust.
Air conditioning problems? Then look no further. A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an easy solution for all your automotive, commercial, and domestic air conditioning needs. With 2 convenient locations to serve you, A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an extensive range of parts and services, including pressure test kits, refrigerator parts, front and rear evaporators for maxi taxis. They also cater for both foreign and local automobile models like Kia, Hyundai, Honda, Nissan, and more. So pay them a visit today at either of their 2 locations. Number 36 Alfonso Street, Sangre Grande. Phone 784-2707 or 386-5700. And number 133 Corner Roland Street and Bonaventure Main Road, Gasparillo. Phone 312-2245 or 782-9720.
Open minds education, Trinidad and Tobago. Hear me now. Click in, level up. School up on your phone, you know.
Learn today, lead tomorrow. We're ready for your growth. Farm 5C6 adult class, take the oath. No traffic, no stress, just log in and post. Open minds education, TNT we both.
You want pass exam? Cool, we start that. Replay the lesson till the knowledge lock back. Real teacher with feedback, no copy, no chat.
Welcome to Car City Trading, your #1 supply of brand new Korean auto parts. Come on down to lot number 78, Bamboo Settlement number 2, Valsain, between the hours of 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Monday to Friday and 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturday to get your Hyundai and Kia vehicular needs. Car City Trading has everything your vehicle needs, from a brand new head and blocks to engine parts, transmissions, suspension parts, body parts, electrical parts, braking system, AC system, even the smallest sensor and much more. WhatsApp us today at 704-2246 or call us at 645-2603 and let us be your car parts solution. Be sure to find us on Facebook, Instagram and TikTok and look out for our monthly deals and promotions. Car City Trading, quality products at unbeatable prices.
All right, people, so we are back and we are 60 minutes away from the hour of 8 o'clock. For the next 15 minutes, we're going to be joined by Eden Heights. Dr. Thompson and Dr. Navarro are here. The intravenous treatments are what we're going to be discussing. So who is starting this morning, gentlemen?
Well, I could start, there's no problem.
Sure.
Of course, IV means intravenous. It is, of course, intravenous therapies are much more effective than, usually when people take supplements. They use it, of course, to enhance the body and of course, to build up the body with the different nutrients and minerals. But when you introduce intravenous, for instance, that is direct into the vein and, of course, direct into the bloodstream, which makes it about 10 times more effective when you're doing treatments. And that's one of our main treatments. We do a lot of intravenous treatments, and of course, we will be talking about the different therapies that we do. Number one, the one that we've been doing for, I would say, the longest time is ozone therapy. Ozone is O3. It's oxygen that is passed through, pure medical grade oxygen, passed into a generator. The generator sparks and splits the O2 into O3, and that then delivers on the other side of the generator, which we can either use, of course, intravenously in a syringe, and we use something called a scalp vein, and we slowly introduce it into the vein. And of course, the benefits are tremendous. There are about 15 to 20 benefits of ozone. Let me just give you some of the examples. Number one, it cleans arteries and veins. Number two, it oxidizes toxins and allows for their release. One of the things also, it reverses and stops autoimmune diseases. So diseases like rheumatoid arthritis, lupus, psoriasis, and any autoimmune, it puts it into remission. It's the only treatment that I know of that can put these type of autoimmune diseases into remission. So that's important to know. It helps to fight degenerative diseases like cancer. It improves circulation tremendously throughout the body. Heart arrhythmia, heart problems. It stops bleeding. You can use ozone therapy to stop bleeding any part of the body. But we mostly use it for people who are bleeding behind the eyes.
Okay.
They have to go and do an injection in the eye. You do intravenous ozone, and that helps to stop the bleeding with a couple therapies, and that reverses the bleeding behind the eyes and stops it. Of course, we know that can cause blindness, so that's something very important. It also improves the optic nerve, the circulation to the optic nerve. It helps with the blood flow to the capillaries and blood vessels. It improves brain function, and there's so many more. Let me see what else, boy. There's a whole list of things. There's about 50-something benefits when you're using ozone therapy.
Okay.
So and that's just ozone. Then you have ozonated saline, where we have an apparatus that we use to bubble the ozone. We don't ozonate the saline in the plastic bag, because that it will break down the plastics into the solution, and that is not a healthy thing, and not a healthy or good thing. So it's a glass apparatus that has a tube that goes down and it measures the apparatus has the ability to measure the fluid, and then we bubble bubble the saline for about 5 minutes, high concentration, very high concentration, and then that is then introduced into the body via the veins, and again for inflammatory conditions, circulation. When people have pain, of course, it's used in Europe, in India. Ozone is becoming very popular. In Europe, well, of course, in India now, there are a lot of clinics popping up now doing intravenous ozone, ozonated saline. The doctors are using it now because they realize it's the only thing that can help with RA rheumatoid arthritis and the inflammation and the pain, and even joint pain, even dengue. We had some patients who came in there with dengue, and it was so effective, it reduced, dengue can be very painful.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, it reduced the amount of pain. If you have a very high ESR or a lot of ESR or high inflammatory conditions, that ozonated saline brings it down. It also improves circulation. If there's any inflammation, any part of the body, eyes, or there are areas that, like a lot of people complain, I have pain all over the body. You understand? Not just arthritis in one area, but they get up in the morning and they have pain all over the body.
Yeah.
Ozonated saline deals with that. It's very effective in dealing with that. And of course, we don't just do the intravenous therapy, but we also have a diet plan. Okay? There's also a diet plan that we use in conjunction with that, and there is also supplements, and that is based on the live blood analysis.
Okay.
So the live blood analysis will give us an assessment of the patient, and of course they would, when they fill out the form, they would let us know what exactly their issues are. There's a questionnaire that we ask them, and then of course we do the live blood, and that gives us a very clear indication of what they need and what they're suffering from. And then of course we then prescribe the particular types of IV. Now we always, let me say this, of course, second to none, clogged arteries, liver problems, early signs of Alzheimer's, plaque in the brain, the PC therapy, which is short for phosphatidylcholine. That is one of the treatments that we do. We combine that with ozone therapy, because both of them work actually quite well together. It cleans the arteries, the arteries and veins. It improves memory. It improves vision. If you have any type of liver disease, PC therapy helps to clear up that.
Right.
It attacks and cleans the liver. Of course, we use milk thistle and other things as well, but it is known to be very effective against all type of liver disease, including cirrhosis of the liver, inflamed liver, fatty liver syndrome. It works excellent for those types of things.
Okay.
So these are and this is just 2 IVs we talk about, sorry, 3 IVs. Then you have HP, hydrogen peroxide. That's excellent for renal failure. What it does, of course, we all know that renal failure is poor circulation to the kidneys, usually with diabetes or high blood pressure. It reconnects the circulation to the kidneys, increasing the blood. So what you have noticed after about 4 weeks of therapy, we do creatinine and BUN blood tests or EGFR, and then we measure the function of the kidneys, and usually you will see the kidneys improving. Of course, there are some who cause serious damage, and there's nothing we can do. But usually, this therapy is the go-to when you have renal function or a problem. Now, PC also can work. The PC can also work because what the PC does, it cleans the arteries. What the problem with renal failure is poor circulation to the kidneys. So you can also use PC along with HP to speed up the process. Ozone as well.
All right.
But I find that
we only have 5 more minutes left, so we haven't heard from Thompson yet.
Yes, I'll let Thompson. Yeah.
So Thompson, Thompson, you want to join in the discussion here? We got about 5 minutes.
All right. Yeah, sure. Actually, what I wanted to share with persons, going to be in Tobago. That's next week, Monday and Tuesday. All right. So next week, Monday and Tuesday, we'll be in Tobago. So persons who like to actually make appointment, you can call the numbers 9196, 493-9196. Also as well, we still have our colonic special that's actually extended, I think to around 11th of this month. So if anybody is interested in cleaning out the colon, getting proper bowel movements, you can give us a call for those numbers as well. Of course, 640-8985 Trinity, and then we have Shabona 613-7571. When we're talking about IVs, it's always looking at the protocol, which Dr. Navarro basically mentioned, that which you'll do blood test first, consultation. Let's say if it's a person that's going to deal with kidney issues, we do a kidney test, liver issues, liver test. So it all depends, of course, on the person that you're treating with the problem. So there's always a protocol before you actually get onto the protocol. It takes about 3 months for a person's body to recover certain types of conditions. Not for everybody, of course. Some persons may take more than 3 months. Some may go up to 5 months, 6 months, even up to a year sometimes. You have to be working with someone so that they can actually get themselves back on track. Now, I always basically let persons know, there are persons who like this quick fix. I will always let persons know if it is that you're coming in for a quick fix, it's not going to happen. All right. So the only time that generally happens is sometimes they'll take maybe some type of pill. It fixes the problem maybe for today, and then it comes back tomorrow again. So if you're looking for a quick fix, there's no place on the face of the earth that you can actually go to get that quick fix. Nobody likes taking their time to overcome a problem, but you have to do that. You might have actually taken years for your problem to develop in the first place.
Correct.
So if you're coming in here and you're trying to get a miracle, right? Miracles do happen to a lot of persons, but there are times where you have to go through hard work. And it's important to go through the hard work. If you want to have that nice tone, big, strong body, you need to work out. All right? And you're not, unless you're doing surgery. There are some persons who will actually do that, but then you end up with more problems. You might end up with kidney failure and so much other complications that may come. So many of these different IVs that we offer at the clinic, right? It takes time as well. Of course, it's going to speed up the process than just doing diet and exercise. All right? IV is going to speed up the process, but it's not still a quick fix. All right? So I know persons sometimes come in to do like prednisone injection, and they call me after the third injection, and they're like, "I'm not feeling a relief at all." But here you go. You basically just explained to me a few days ago that, hey, I have this problem for over 10 years. But within 3 injections, you want it to be solved. These are things that sometimes happen to some persons, and then there are persons who have to really take the long haul and, try to get themselves on track. So I just want persons to know that we're going to be in Tobago next week, Monday and Tuesday. That's the 15th and the 16th. Right? So you can visit us that time, and if you want to walk in, you can walk in, preferably appointments, of course, for Tobago as well. And of course, for Trinity and Chabonas, what I want persons to remember too as well, there are some persons that come by on a Friday in both clinics, and they're calling and complaining and different things like that. We don't work on a Friday, from Monday to Thursday only. All right. Take the numbers down. You can call, tell your friends, tell your neighbors, so that persons who come by and see that the gate is closed, we're not here. We're not here. All right, on a Friday.
On a Friday.
Monday to Thursday only. All right. So I think I'm out of time. I'm not too sure.
All right, that's fine. All right, so guys, well, thanks a lot. For those of you who want to get in contact with Edenite's Clinic, you can contact them on 640-8985. That is Trinity. And Chagonas is 613-7571. You could also WhatsApp them. And the WhatsApp number is 493-9196. So make sure and get in contact with them today. And they have several different types of treatments for all of your aches and pains and diseases and other problems. And you could either go to Chagonas and you'll see Dr. Navarro, you go to Trin City, you're going to see Dr. Thompson. And like Thompson said, they will be in Tobago. Is it Monday and Tuesday?
Next week.
Next week, Monday and Tuesday?
Next week.
All right, so Tobago, look out for them as well. All right, so guys, next week, man.
All right, take
God
care.
bless.
God bless.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
I now seen his desk clean, boy.
Eh?
All right, I now seen your desk clean, boy.
Oh, no. It's nothing on this. It's nothing on this. Something happened. Things happen.
But a lot of things gone.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, man.
Later.
Take it easy. All right, so that's Dr. Navarro, Dr. Thompson. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we got the birthdays, and that's it. Stay tuned.
Calling all choir. This is TNT's first gospel choir event of its kind. It's finally here. This is Divine Harmony. Choirs from all over the country will vie for over $250,000 in prizes. Semi-final round. The East-West Corridor. Saturday, September 20th. Central and South Trinidad. Saturday, September 27th. And Tobago. Saturday, October 4th. To register, call 719-9599. TNT. Get ready. This is Divine Harmony.
Everybody say it. Downers Educational Institute is the top private school in Trinidad and Tobago with 35 years experience and tremendous student success. One of the most trusted education providers in the industry. Downers offers full-time day school classes for forms 1 to 5 and evening classes for primary level standards 2 to 5, secondary level forms 1 to 5, and also classes for adults and repeaters. For CSEC, Downers covers the business subjects and is one of the few private schools that offer the science subjects, physics, chemistry, and biology as well. Online classes are currently being offered in all areas. However, Downers Educational is flexible and will adjust as the situation changes to offer both online and in-person schooling. They also offer affordable pricing and flexible payment plans. Downers Educational, located at number 92 Charlotte Street, Port of Spain. Call 627-9491 or WhatsApp 737-8006 and 471-0477. Visit their website, downerseducationalinstitute.com. Email downersedu@gmail.com or find them on Facebook at Downers Educational Institute. Downers Educational, offering success through quality education.
Every day at the castle, long before we open our doors, our work begins. Our famous seasonings are mixed in advance. We select our fresh chicken parts and prep our delicious sides. Then we fire up the fryers and rotisserie oven. Everything is made with tasty local herbs, spices, and the same long-loved recipe since 1968. So, when you come in, remember that we uphold our culture and our taste just for you. We are your Royal Castle.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors, roti makers. Try Chic Leisha high quality unbleached bromate free all-purpose and whole wheat flour. Bleached flour and bromate flour is treated with chemicals that can cause cancer, and this is banned in Europe and many other countries. Chic Leisha flour offers a healthier option, being that it's unbleached and bromate free. It also has a finer grain and a softer texture, lower priced and conveniently packaged in 2 pound, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. Available at groceries and supermarkets. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Chic Leisha Limited at 665-3336 or 480-8715 or visit them at Warrenville, Canupia. Chic Leisha Limited. Quality you can trust.
Okay, honey, let me call you back now. And now seeing her coming through the door, and I'm sure is the result she coming with. That's your father. He's so excited about these results. Let me see.
It's not looking very good.
Ooh. 5 in maths, 4 in English. This really not looking good. But don't worry. Just this morning, I see elders' classes advertised online, so we will go across to elders and let them put you on the right path, okay?
We offer a wide range of CSEC subjects and SAT prep classes. We are tried, trusted, and proven.
All right, people, so we're back. We got some birthdays. We're going to get to that immediately. So, we have 8 birthdays. I think only 2 of them have pictures. So, happy birthday going out to the director's mom, Kamaldei Philip, a.k.a. Vashti, coming from your loving husband, Kester Sr., your kids and grandchildren, Andre, Antonio, Naomi, Aria, and Liam. Also from your mom and the rest of the family, we wish you an exceptionally wonderful day. May God continue to bless and keep you. We love you. And that is Director's mom, Kamaldei Philip. Happy birthday to you. Also wishing Joshua Thakur a very happy birthday today as he celebrates his 32nd birthday. And this is coming from his parents, Ramnarayan and Anne-Marie Thakur. All right, nice one. Also, we got to say good morning, good morning. I would like to send out a birthday greeting to my sister and her daughter, wishing them all God's blessings and many more to come. May the Lord continue to guide and protect them. It's for my sister Pinky and my niece Morty from the entire family. And they want you to know they love you, man. All right, nice. We have another one here. This one have a picture. We would like to wish Zavad Salandi a happy 13th birthday, coming from Auntie Sarah, Uncle Ronnie, and Cousin Novak. Also from parents Ishmael and Analia, and Grandmom Chandra. Wishing you many, many more. Continue to make us proud every day, and your family wants you to know that they love you a lot. So Zavad, happy birthday, man. Then we have, all right, birthday greetings, belated birthday greetings going out to our grand niece, Kanaya, wishing her many more to come. We love her very much, and all her cousins, aunties, and her mommy and her sister and her brother wish her happy birthday. All right, belatedly. That is Kanaya. All right? I'll take out that one. I only have 2 more, Director. The last one was that same one. They sent it over. Wishing Wendy Rajkumar a wonderful birthday. She celebrated it yesterday on the 7th of September. Wishing her good health and prosperity coming from her family, friends, and loved ones. And finally, good morning, Stefan. Please wish my husband, Lloyd Maycock, a happy birthday on the 8th of September. Greetings coming from his loving and caring wife, Yonette, his daughters, Akisha and Akela, wishing him long life, good health, and happiness. So, Lloyd, happy birthday to you, man. And with that, we wrap up for today, people. And do not forget, I'll give you all the information on the Breaking On Christmas party on Friday. I've asked some updated information on that. All right? So I want you all to go out and get your tickets as early as possible for this. All right? This is the 3rd year we're doing the Christmas party. I want to see people who we didn't see last year. I want to see them. If you was there last year, start to make your calls and tell your friends. The date is December the 13th. All right? Make your calls and tell a friend to tell a friend. And don't forget, the week before, on the 6th of December, the gospel choir event, the first ever in Trinidad and Tobago, will take place. Divine Harmonies. You can sing and win. They're going for a $100,000 first prize at the Queen's Park, Savannah. It's going to be $160 general, $300 is all inclusive. And WhatsApp. You can WhatsApp or call 719-9599, 719-9599. I think at this stage you're getting all the choirs registered. All right, so we'll let you know when the tickets are are the locations and the location of the tickets and so on and so forth. But for now, prepare yourself for this as well. So the 6th and the 13th, your calendar is supposed to be booked. All right. With that, we are out for today. Until tomorrow, people have a great Monday. Bye-bye.
Good morning. Welcome to Breaking Dawn.